I'm Brandon Weeden, quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, and I'm representing Dogs by Nature.
Welcome back to SB Nation. I'm Amy K. Nelson, and joining me right now is the new quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, Brandon Weeden. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Thanks for coming through.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we are here in Los Angeles. This is rookie weekend. Real quick, just tell me what it's been like being here for the NFLPA.
It's been a lot of fun. Obviously they've kept us busy. We got a pretty packed schedule, but it's fun just being around all the other guys. We've kind of been through the same thing for the last few months, and it's kind of fun to come out, like I said, spend some time with them and take part in all these events.
Who's the one guy that you met that you maybe didn't know before that you kind of been hanging around with and you like? Anyone?
Honestly, here I've met everybody. We spend a lot of time together, whether it's Senior Bowl, Combine, or whatever it may be. So, fortunately, I knew everybody here. When
you first got the call and you heard you were going to be with the Cleveland Browns, what was the first thing that sort of ran through your mind?
A lot of emotions. Obviously excitement. It's kind of I talked to Mr. Hecker, talked to everybody, one by one. But it's one of those things you don't really remember what they said. You just know that it was good news and just a lot of excitement. I had a bunch of people at the house, and after we heard my name, I gave the old fist pump, and everybody's excited.
What do you know about Cleveland?
It's cold. Other than that, no. I honestly, Cleveland's a great town. I got to spend a little bit of time up there. Very, very passionate fans, and I knew that coming in. Obviously the Dog Pound is one of the best fan bases in all of football, and we need to win some games, and the city will be very elated. So it's a great city so far. Really looking forward to spending a lot of time up there, and hopefully we can get a mild winter. Just
out of curiosity, how old are you?
28.
How often do people ask you and talk about your age?
For the last 3 months, every single day. I don't think I did an interview without it getting brought up at some point. But I was kind of like the repeat button. I just kept saying the same thing over and over and over. Hopefully people will quit asking. That's kind of what I was hoping, but
sorry,
it didn't work. It didn't work. So no, it's all joking aside. It's part of it. My story is so unique. It doesn't happen every year in the NFL draft. So I understand it. It's part of it. I can't change it. That's kind of what I told everybody. If I could, I'd pull with Danny Monte and go get my birth certificate and put 90 on there or something. Yeah. Be a lot better off.
That'd be a little easier.
No doubt about it.
Teammates, and I'm sure future teammates, must give you a little bit of a hard time about it, right?
Yeah, a little bit. My junior year at Oklahoma State, on my 27th birthday, our safety Markel Martin bought me a cane, some Depends, and some balloons, which was not cool. So I was expecting something worse on when I was 28, but I got away with one, didn't get any presents.
And I imagine next to your age, this is probably brought up a lot, is your baseball career. And what I'm kind of curious about is what your favorite part of playing that sport was.
Well, being a pitcher, especially, it's like being a quarterback. The ball is always in your hand. You can't get anything rolling until you toe the rubber and let it rip. And so, just competing. You like I said, the competitive nature. You've always got the ball in your hand. You're able to attack hitters, and it's a mental game as well. You got to think ahead. You got to kind of work through the scenarios. So, there's a lot of comparisons. I always talk about those comparisons. I always talk about giving up a home run is kind of similar to throwing an interception. There's a lot of similarities between the two. But I really enjoyed both of them.
I was just talking to Russell Wilson, who was drafted by the Colorado Rockies, had to make a decision. He was a second baseman, a little bit different. Pitcher, I think it equates a little bit more because all eyes are on you, sort of the focus on you when you're on the mound. And I said, why'd you make the choice? And he kind of alluded. These aren't his words; these are my words. I definitely put words in his mouth. But he kind of made it seem like maybe baseball's a little bit of a sissier sport. What do you think?
I don't know about that. Obviously, the quarterback position, we get hit. We don't get to hit anybody. So, I would say it's a little more tough, but they're both tough games. Minor league baseball is mentally it's a grind. You play 140 games and you're on the road on bus trips and stuff like that. So, it's a tough living, but I would say football is definitely a lot more physical, obviously.
Right, just a tad, unless someone wants to bum rush you up on the mound because they're upset you threw up and in, but never happened.
Fortunately,
never happened.
I threw up and in a lot, but I never got bum rushed.
No fights.
No fights. We had some as a team, and no one ever charged me.
No one charged you.
No.
Oh, bummer. Oh well, that would have been fun. Or at least try and find that on YouTube. Okay, so going forward, What do you think are some of the challenges that are going to be presented to you in transitioning to the pro game?
Well, I think obviously everybody is good. All 53 guys are on the roster for a reason. The speed of the game, I think, is every level you go up, from high school to college, from college to NFL. The speed gets greater. A lot less mistakes. As a quarterback, the windows are going to be tighter. Nobody's going to be wide open. So those are kind of things I'm going into. Obviously, the offense is going to be a little bit more sophisticated, but I'm excited about the opportunity.
You gunning for the starter's job?
That's the plan. I got to go out and I got to win it. They're not just going to give me the job. I got to go in and compete, show that I can play. Colt's a great player, so I'm still learning. We both are, and it's going to be a fun process.
And we had Trent Richardson in here earlier, and he was talking about his excitement in coming to Cleveland and knowing how that city's pretty starved for success in really any of the sports. What are you looking forward to in terms of watching him play and playing with him?
I enjoyed watching him play at Alabama. I thought he was one of the best backs in the country and one of the best players in the country. And he's obviously a freak. There's something when you hand the ball to him. There's just something different about the way he takes it. He's on a mission every time he touches it. So it'll be nice sharing the same backfield with him. He's got a bright future and he's got a chance to make our offense a lot better.
Okay. And lastly, are you on Twitter? I
am on Twitter.
Is it? Well, why don't you tell everyone what your handle is? So
it's at bweeden3.
And do you actually tweet?
Yeah, I tweet. I interact with fans a little bit.
Yeah?
I try to.
You try to? You want more followers?
Yeah, I need more followers.
You need more. So follow him. bweeden3.
Yep.
Follow him. Thank you very much, Brandon.
All right,
and we'll see you in Cleveland.
Thanks for having me.